Give me the argument, the best argument you know, for the power of cinema.
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
And welcome everybody to the show. This is Peliculas with the Bros. My name is Adrian.
My name is Ivan.
Wow, he is late. Anyways, Peliculas with the Bros. It's a show. It's a podcast. It's a thing that me and my brother do where we discuss a movie. Every week we do a new movie. Ivan, what's the movie of this week?
Doctor Strange.
Ah, yes. We're going to take it to Doctor Strange, the original Doctor Strange, not the new one, Multiverse of Madness. We're taking it back to Doctor Strange because we're prepping ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, and digestive tract-wise to watch Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. And what better way than to watch the original movie, right, Ivan? But before we get into that, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. However you are listening, however you're watching, please keep in mind, we are a podcast. We're called Peliculas with the Bros. So you can listen to us wherever you find your podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Deezer, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to podcasts, we should be there. Also, we're on YouTube. If you like to watch our beautiful Mexican / Colombian / German faces, we probably have like 2% of like Scandinavian or something like that, right?
We better not.
You've done 23andMe? One of us has to do it so we can figure out what we are.
I like to be ignorant.
You can say that again, you communist. That got him. But yeah, YouTube, Peliculas with the Bros. Search us up. Every week we do a new movie, so you can find us there. I also have been doing something where I publish some clips. So if you don't like to watch the entire podcast, you can watch bite-sized morsels, so you can stuff it in your beautiful faces and enjoy it that way. But I digress. Ivan, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's tap into our chakras. Follow me. Do it. Open our third eyes. Do it. As we enter the mirror dimension to discuss
Doctor.
Gothams. Ivan, this movie is written by a couple guys that I don't really know. John Spates, C. Robert Cargill, I don't know. And it's written and directed by Scott Derrickson. The premise of this movie: hotshot, pompous neurosurgeon Stephen Strange has his life turned upside down when he is involved in a car crash that damages his hands so badly that he will never be able to perform surgery again. Again. How do Canadians say again? I think it's again. Ivan. Strange seeks anything and anyone that can help him fix his moneymakers. Let me say that again. Strange seeks anything and anyone that can help him fix his moneymakers, aka his hands. And in this pursuit, he finds not only a way to lead himself, heal himself, but to help protect the world from world-devouring beasts. That's got to be one of my better premises that I wrote with one of my worst deliveries. That's why rappers that perform well, or singers and any kind of performer, they should get some like real credit for being able to perform, right?
I think singing is.
You still have to deliver something in an eloquent manner.
Yeah, but I feel like it would be not easier, but more easier to nail. Like I remember I watched this video of like a guy who had like a really bad stutter, but if he sang,
Yeah, I can see that too. Especially when you rap, you have so many more words to use. But then again, you can sort of fumble those up and make it sound good. You can just be another mumble rapper. Ivan, Doctor Strange, with the cast of Benedict Cumberbatch as Dr. Stephen Strange, Chiwetel Ejiofor as Carl Mordor, nailed that. Rachel McAdams as Christine Palmer, Benedict Wong as Wong, Michael Stolberg as Nicodemus West, Benjamin Bratt, shout out to the handsome Benjamin Bratt, as Jonathan Pagborn, Mads Mikkelsen, the Resident Evil guy in every movie as Caecilius, or how do you say it? Caecilius? Sounds right. And Tilda Swinton, controversial, as the Ancient One. Ivan, directed by Scott Derrickson. His movies before this, Exorcism of Emily Rose, The Day the Earth Stood Still, and Sinister are the ones of note. This is sort of in line with Marvel's, I guess, strategy to hire lesser-known directors to do horror movies and blah, blah, blah. So, interesting to that's something of note. Another thing of note is that he was set to direct Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, the sequel, but he dropped out due to creative differences. And this also follows sort of something we've seen with Marvel directors, even actually more recently, which I don't know if it's creative differences or not, but fix your mic a little bit. Okay, cool. Who directed, what was his name? John Watts, the director of the recent 2 Spider-Man movies or 3 Spider-Man movies. He dropped out of Fantastic Four. Who knows the specific reasons for all of these cases, but Ivan, hit him with it.
Because they got John Krasinski.
Say it again, because your mic isn't working. Nope. Nope. Okay, it could be this. Uh-huh. Try it again.
Hello.
There you go. Okay, Ivan, why did this happen?
They got John Krasinski,
John Krasinski, who's that?
the guy who did The Quiet Place, and Jim Halpert from The Office,
So he's doing Fantastic Four?
and he's going to star in it as
The
this
Thing.
fantastic. Come on.
So
That's
is that true?
I think it's like it's a rumor, but it's pretty true.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Why? You think he sucks? You racist.
He definitely doesn't suck, but he definitely, shout out to homie Pablo, he definitely does not have
A vision?
that I know of.
Okay.
Maybe he has a vision, but he doesn't have a style, right?
I've never seen The Quiet Place, so I don't want to be that guy. But, if he's directing it and he's acting in it, I feel like he'll put his passion into it. He's gonna, because this is like his time to be like, to jump from pre-Batman Christopher Nolan to post-Batman Christopher Nolan, like where you can make anything you want after you do your superhero movie.
Yes and no. Let's come back to this topic and try to remember it when I talk about.
What's on the telly?
No, we'll come back before we move on to anything else. We'll talk about it in that section. But it's a good point. I don't want to skip over it, and remember that.
We'll see.
Okay. A little bit about how the sausage was made about this movie.
Woo.
This movie, or I should say Doctor Strange, the IP, they've tried to make it dozens of times over the years, from the 80s to up until 2016 when they actually made it. Some interesting things. Guillermo del Toro was trying to be the director of a version of this movie with Neil Gaiman, the acclaimed comic book writer / author of several bestsellers, trying to write it with him as the director.
Would have been good.
Yeah, so Del Toro and Neil Gaiman as a combo. Interesting. I don't know what would have happened, but it would have been interesting for sure. Derrickson was chosen in 2014, and I love this little story right here. So, obviously, Marvel, Doctor Strange, people want to be the director for this movie. There's obviously like Marvel's seeking directors and directors trying to pitch their version. So this is what our boy Scott Derrickson did. He wrote a 12-page scene for the film with his own concept art, alongside storyboards from professional artists and an animatic, which he presented in a 90-minute pitch. With that, he won them over.
I would have fired him on the spot.
So not only is it like I write a scene and I pitch you my story, but I write the scene. I spend my own hard-earned money to create storyboards and an animatic, which is basically like a very low-res animation version of that scene, and that's how he won this directorial role. And I think that's it's awesome. Like, that's how you should try to do things when you're not really getting noticed. And I'm sure he was in contention, but that just probably put him over the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a short break, and we'll be right back after this, right?
Yes.
Do you remember watching this movie for the first time?
Not really. I remember liking it, but I don't remember who I was with.
Anything. I don't remember either. There was a time from the year, I want to say like 2014 to 2017, where I did not really care about movies at all. They were just a complete afterthought. Big movie after big movie was coming out in theaters, and I was just like, I might watch it, I might not. And it's weird because that time is like sort of the middle ages of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Mm-hmm.
So I did miss, I missed Ant-Man. I missed Thor: The Dark World, thankfully. I missed this one. A couple others that it just... Winter Soldier, I didn't watch any. Even Civil War. It's funny, I remember going to watch Civil War, and I slept through most of it. Just shows you who I was, and I've grown as a person, Now I actually stay up to watch these kid movies. I love Ivan's enthusiasm right here. Rewatching it, though, I was very surprised.
Mm-hmm. Good or bad?
Good. I just loved that it hit all the notes. Great acting. Obviously, you're not going to win any Oscars for doing some crazy things with your fingers, but incredible actors that they hired to be in this movie, and they all just delivered what they needed to do. Simple enough storyline where easy to follow, but also strange enough to be a little bit unique with the graphics and all that. I was just pleasantly surprised. What were you thinking when you watched it?
This time?
Yeah.
Kind of poopy.
Why?
A little
poop-tard?
A little bit.
Why?
Nah, not really.
Okay. Were you just trying to be contrarian?
Yeah, just kind of stoke the flames, see what you say. Maybe slap you a bit.
Look at the mic. How it's right under my lip.
Slap you a bit.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I mean, I liked it. I liked it more for the... it's kind of weird, the CGI. I don't think it feels dated exactly, but I remember being a lot more blown away by the one scene when I first saw it.
The one scene where he goes through the universes?
Yeah. But
that was really good, though.
I know, but... I mean, I'm not saying it's bad.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it could be a lot crazier these days.
Huh.
Just because... I've been thinking about this for a bit, but how Marvel is pretty much super advancing CGI in its own way, because it could be creative in whatever way it wants. Like Avatar kind of did it, but there is no all they did was make hyper realistic nature and hyper realistic blue people. But Marvel, they're dipping into every possible thing that CGI could ever do.
Right.
So I think in 20 or whatever years, people are going to see Marvel as the catalyst for even crazier, just newer CGI.
Yeah, that's an interesting take too, because that's sort of been proven when you look at a company like Pixar, where they started as a company that sort of made it was a company that made animation software, and then they also ended up making a movie to show off the animation software, and it's actually technology. It's a technology first company that ended up becoming an entertainment company, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sometimes the need to tell a story creates the need to create better technology.
Okay.
And I think that is sort of what we see with Marvel in a way where they're probably adding things to our technological lexicon that will be able to be used by further filmmakers in the future. Like, I know we always talk about we're waiting for the day where Joe Schmo on 1235 Street can make Doctor Strange level effects inside of his basement while his mom cooks him mac and cheese.
Soon.
So
I feel like AI would eventually just do that.
that's
you
true.
Type in like, I want my hands to be on fire, and then just straight up perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that too. I guess like the difficulty is and I'm trying to think about what's hard for current CGI animators and all that, where I have really no idea about that job industry, but
I think it's just time.
right. But the time to execute, like a director or an artist says, I want the man to turn into 10 mirrors that all look into themselves. The animator then has to go into the computer, find the software, find the tool that will let him do that.
Mm-hmm.
If AI can do that in a minute or an hour versus a day, I think that is beneficial. But then you sort of lose the job of the animator. Where does the animator go? Oh, who knows? This isn't a political statement, but yes, you have a point. AI could be the gateway to better technology. Shout out to Marvel. But the take before that was that you were saying that the CGI for that sequence wasn't all too mind blowing as it was the first time you watched it. But that's given, right? It's been 5 years.
Yeah.
6 years.
Yep.
6 years. Wow, it's crazy. And I really liked this movie too, and like it goes back to our discussion about watching movies with someone and wanting them to like it. Because I was gonna watch this movie on my iPad while my wife was reading, and then she looked at me and she's like, "Why are you on your iPad?" "I'm gonna watch a movie." And then she said, "Well, we can watch a movie together." I said, "I don't think you're gonna want to watch this movie." She's like, "Let's watch it." I'm like, I hope it's good.
You're like, dang it.
I hope it's good. And then it started playing, and I forgot how decent it was. I should say. I shouldn't say it's like amazing, but it was good enough.
Yeah.
And then she was intrigued, and she laughed a couple times. I was like, "Oh, thank God."
Jeez, man.
It's weird.
I don't know.
It's anxiety. It's like a weird OCD, I think.
Yeah. You're a freak. A sicko.
Sicko. I like sicko.
Sicko mode.
I stay in sicko mode.
All right. Let's.
When you stay in
20
sicko mode, you're just normal. Thoughts?
That's deep.
Doctor Strange, the actual character played by Benedict Cumberbatch. Let's talk about Benny for a little bit. Benny is an incredible actor.
Mm-hmm.
First really noticed him in Star Trek, which is funny to say.
Mm-hmm.
But I know he's been in Sherlock for like 10 seasons, and that's where he got a bunch of acclaim. I recently watched on the plane trip to New York. I watched The Power of the Dog.
Oh, my God.
It was really good.
I know.
Did you watch it?
No.
When did we talk about it?
Every day on that trip.
Yeah, that's right. He was... And the movie, The Power of the Dog, if I had like a sentence to describe it, I wouldn't even say it's artsy. It's just like it's like a straight... It's like a
film?
No. It's like an artist making a piece of work, and 90% of the people look at that and they're like, yeah, it's just another good movie. but the other 10% look at it and they're like, I see what you did there. Like, the 10% of the people are the only people that really see the brilliance of the movie.
Okay.
And I'm part of that 10%.
Well, what'd they do?
I can't tell you. You have to watch it.
I'm not going to watch it.
All right. Benedict Cumberbatch, in that movie, he was great. In this movie, he's good too. I love the character of Doctor Strange, though. Just this idea of a character who's arrogant, but he's arrogant because he's freaking good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not freaking good. He's the best at what he does. And this, like, scenario of, like, you have a almost Kanye-like, right? Like a beast at what he does, but he also rubs it in people's faces that he's this good. And that creates this sort of monster of a character that you sort of want to slap around a bit, and you want him to lose. You want him something bad to happen, and I guess you don't want his hands to get broken the way they did, but it creates an incredible and simple, yet simple, kind of story arc for the character to follow. I just think it was a good character. And have you noticed that? So, like, he's arrogant in this movie, and then he sort of becomes less arrogant, and he sees, like, sort of the wrongs in the way he thinks. Like, he has this idea. We've talked about it before. He sees the value of helping many people versus helping one person. What is that called? Like, we've talked about that, right?
Needs of the few versus the many?
Uh-huh.
I don't know what.
It was like there's a term for that. So he has that, like, sort of mindset. Like, he rather go for, like, the glory than for helping the homeless people on his day off, you know? But all that being said, this character of Doctor Strange, where even after he sort of learns the ways and opens his third eye and becomes a better person, he's still combative. Like, when you see him and the roles he plays in the Multiverse movies, whether it's Avengers and Spider-Man movies, he's always combative. Like, he's always arguing with Iron Man. He's always arguing with Peter Parker. I kind of like that. Like, he's always an asshole. He just continues to do that. And we could probably talk about this now, but there's this idea that he needs to suffer more, I feel like.
That's what this movie's about, the next one.
Right. Like, he's always like, and I don't know why it's so, I feel like he's sort of pinpointed as a character that you need to right your wrongs, you know? Like, you're going to pay for what you did.
Right.
Why do you think this is? Do you think it's always been maybe Feige's goal or whatever, but is it just leading up to this next movie?
Because
you don't see that with, like, Captain America. You don't see that with I guess you kind of see it with Peter, because, like, everyone dies with him.
Yeah. What's the question again?
I guess it's like, what is he paying for ultimately?
For messing with time.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, and that's that's the thing that I really noticed on this rewatch, that they set so many little things up that I didn't really understand until now. That they're like the character played by Chiwetel Ejiofor, who is great, the Carl Mordor. He's basically like the sidekick of the Ancient One. He's really good in this movie. He really tries to, like, go into the role, but he's saying you can't mess with time. You're gonna pay. What is it? You're gonna pay your dues or something.
The bill comes due.
The bill comes due. And maybe at that time I was just like, all right, guy, relax. But now we're gonna see the bill come due. Feige kind of planting the seeds from the get-go, boy.
Yeah, but it's like easy seeds to plant. I feel like you just put in, like, he does something wrong, so you're gonna pay for this. You don't have to.
That's true.
Like, it's such a wide general, like, you're going to pay.
Mhm.
Like, all right, how many ways can I pay?
Yeah. But good on, I guess, like pretty much every Marvel movie to do what they say they're gonna do.
Mhm.
You don't see that too often.
Right.
It's kind of hard to be like a multi-billion-dollar movie franchise and say something 5 years ago and still complete it, even though it is a wide-ranging thing that could happen. You're gonna
Mhm.
pay for what you did. It's still interesting to see it play out over time. Why is our boy Carl Mordor? Is it real Carl? Carl? Wow, what a weird name, Carl Mordor. Why is he so like? What is it? It's not a teacher's pet.
Stickler?
A stickler, yeah. Why is he such a stickler
Um,
for these rules?
I think, well, I think there's like a small theme of people, even if they find like this grand awakening, their core is still going to be who they always were. So like, let's say you have some grand awakening, you're a monk now, you're still going to be like, I'm going to be the best monk ever. I'm going to read every monk book. I'm a monk now.
I'm monk life, baby.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're
And-
still you under the third eye.
Yeah, and then like especially like a teacher who saved his life, who says like, you got to follow the rules. You have to trust me with your life.
Mm-hmm.
And then towards the end of her life, you figure out she just lied about something huge and she just broke a rule. So it's like, you're not actually about it. I'm actually about it.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, I do think it's just like at the core, you are this type of person, and at the core, even though he's third eye blind, no more, he's still stickler.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier I said I love the character of Doctor Strange, his flaws and his cool skills, but I also like the moral issues that this movie presents. This idea of like I said before, saving one over many. Patience when you're like the best, you know. When you look at some of the greats the greatest that ever did it, whether it's what's the guy, Steve Jobs, Kanye West, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jackson. I'll take Michael Jackson out of it just because I don't know if the next statement is true or not. When you look at these people, Walt Disney, very demanding, they want excellence. Easily, they get pissed off when people make a mistake, you know? And that is cool. I mean, that isn't cool, but that is good if you want to create excellence, but it's not good when you're trying to be a human being.
Right. I think all these people could have done it with love instead of just fear. It's just that's the only way they knew how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you took out Michael Jackson because he had that perfection, but he never made people feel like them.
Yeah. What? More so, I just don't know. I haven't heard enough stories about like how.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think he doesn't seem the type.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Imagine Michael Jackson being mean. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
That would be really creepy, actually.
Yeah.
There's this guy, Gary Vaynerchuk. Have you ever heard of him?
Go ahead.
His pitch now is like, well, it's been this for a while, but like being a more compassionate leader versus being the Steve Jobs type, leading with love instead of leading with like fear. And it definitely works for him, but it's not a typical thing, Because as a alpha myself, just kidding. As an alpha, the idea is that you should be dominant, right?
Okay.
That's like the natural thing to do. Be dominant, command, lead, and lead with aggression. But I think what the alternate approach is like, you can be an alpha, but you don't have to lead with aggression. You don't have to dominate not even like your coworkers, you know? You don't have to do that. And I think that's his idea, his pitch.
Well, like, it's kind of a horrible example, but like cult leaders and like those huge mega churches, like they lead with love and they have like tons of followers.
Jesus.
I imagine if you get like some tech guy who can just transfer that style into coding, that's like you're gonna see, like, imagine Mark Zuckerberg with like pure charisma being like, we're gonna lead this nation into greatness with our tech, and people are just like, he's right, and then he just does the work and shows like he is right, and he also is passionate about it. You're gonna want to work for that guy,
Right.
like, I want to contribute to this messiah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just remembered Mad Men whenever Draper gives a speech when the company's going bad.
Yeah.
We'll leave this office. We're going to win that.
Prepare to drown in champagne and swim in the river Styx. I don't know.
Swim the what?
I think it's River Nile, or I said River Styx.
He just always has this 4-line
Yeah.
speech
That's
that
like,
galvanizes his team.
Yeah.
Most of the time. There's times when they're like,
Yeah.
no, we're actually scared this time.
Yeah.
I think that's when they were like all getting let go or whatever. I need to watch Mad Men again. Oh god. So that's one. One that really hit home a moral issue was something that sort of they didn't really say out front this idea, but to me it's sort of embedded, hidden in what the Ancient One was telling Stephen Strange. She said, "You're too arrogant to believe because you think you know more."
Mm-hmm.
She said something to that effect, essentially saying like, since you're a doctor and you know all the science, you don't believe that I can heal you with magic because you know too much about the real stuff, right?
Yeah.
And to me, it immediately made me think about religion.
Oh,
and like my take on religion, and where I'm, whenever someone tells me anything about religion, in the back of my head, I'm like, that's nice and all, but it's not real.
Didn't know you liked fiction.
And it's a very interesting thing just to think about. Like, I always look at it as a like fact-based thing.
Mm-hmm.
With religion. I'm like, okay, yeah, but did it really happen, or did this happen, this happened, this happened, this happened? What's the proof? But sometimes it's good to just let go and be kind of ignorant, for lack of a better word. But a pretty hot topic that they're talking about straight in a Doctor Strange movie.
But wouldn't it be, I guess, but they don't really directly do it.
I know. That's why I say it was embedded. And it's like something that I thought maybe the writer didn't have. But it's there, you know? It's like she was saying you don't believe.
It's a metaphor for anything. Like when you said that, I thought you were going to go into like this current culture of people just talking about stuff they don't actually know about. Like getting into arguments about stupid stuff, like having the arrogance and saying like, no, you're wrong. But they don't ever have the thought of being like, well, let me see what point they have. Because most of the time people aren't like 100% wrong. They're probably misinterpreting something they read.
Yep. And
they're like, it's fact because they're stupid or whatever. So that's where I thought you were going. So it could be a metaphor for anything.
Yeah, I could say that too. I also like the idea that the Ancient One is a rebel. She's a rule breaker.
Without a cause. With a cause.
Rebel with a cause. that she taps into the dark energy to get some of her powers. And it sort of sets up Strange's mentality of how he fixes problems in the future, right?
Yeah.
Of like, it might not be the right... I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to do it to fix your issues. And again, he's going to... The bill comes due.
The bill comes due.
The bill comes due, Strange. The bill comes due. I wish I can go to was it an acting audition?
Class? Okay.
And just really go for it.
I feel like they'd know.
And then, but like really go for it and really try, put some time into it and just see what happens. What if I get a role?
I don't think it's that easy.
I want like a bit role. Like I want I know which role I want. I want what's his name? Benjamin Bratt? Yeah, Benjamin Bratt's role. The guy with like the broken back that can walk. Basketball player.
Elevated my mind.
Yeah. Elevated my mind, man.
Man. They should have made him like super Mexican.
I think
Elevated
he's Puerto
my
Rican.
mind, ese.
Don't you know I'm loco?
What's the dude from Moonfall, the Mexican guy? Michael Pena? Just have him.
Oh, man. I hated you when you said that he plays me in you. Oh, that hurt me. How low can I go? I need to elevate myself somehow. Jesus Christ. Shout out to Michael Pena. I don't mean that as an insult. I just want like Will Smith. Like
Will Smith?
Well, not Will Smith, but like a Will Smith.
A young Edward James Olmos.
Who?
He's Mexican.
But who's that?
He's like one of the most famous Mexican actors.
What has he done? See?
I know he was in you won't I don't think you'll know him, but what's the Seth Rogen movie, the superhero Green Hornet? He was like the newspaper editor in that movie. He's more famous back then, but like he's kind of like Anthony Hopkins, where his bigger roles were when he was younger, and now he kind of just does Transformers for fun.
Jeez, I need to look him up because now you're making me curious. Do you have a phone? Look him up. Really
I have a phone.
I want Gael Garcia Bernal to play me.
You want Lin-Manuel?
Yeah. Lin-Manuel is me, definitely. Oh, yeah. We'll take a quick break. Oh, God.
Come on. He's a good actor.
But I want... Who's going to play young Adrian?
He was young at one point.
But he can't play young anymore. He's 60 years old.
He can play you in the future.
Who's a young... There's no...
Young Mexican actor?
There's no, like, real Mexican actors, right?
Thank God.
Like... How about, like...
Oscar Isaac.
What is it? What's the movement for putting more African American and Asian people in movies? What about that for Mexicans? Like, we don't have that.
I think Mexicans don't care.
I don't know what's a fist bump or slap you.
Like, honestly. Like, I don't think they care. I think they just watch Iron Man like, woo, Iron Man. That's how they say it.
Ivan's Mexican, guys. Ivan's
I
Mexican.
don't like it, but legally, technically,
Wait,
genealogically.
what do you mean Mexicans don't care?
Like they want to have they're there for the fun, not for like. I mean, I'm sure they would love representation.
Oh! I thought you were saying it the other way. I thought you meant Mexicans don't want to be actors.
No,
Like Mexicans don't care about acting.
no.
But you
Jeez.
mean like the audience, the Mexican general public, they don't care about movements.
Yeah, they're
Right.
just like there, like to watch the movie, have fun, have a little beer ski on the side.
Oh, that's so racist. It could be true though. I haven't really met a Mexican that has said we need more. Actually, you see like the Latinx. What is it?
Yeah, it's mostly like white, not white.
Ivan.
What's the Chicanos? Chicanos.
I hate that word.
Chicanos.
Oh, Ivan's smacking me with words right now.
But like second generation Chicanos, you know, like they were born here, like they're pretty much
Like you and me. But,
yeah.
But we're not that.
Yeah, it's like us, but if we were like political and we wanted, like, we would be the type who would be like more Mexican representation.
No. It would be us, but we would have to be like more political, but also more Mexican. We're not Mexican enough to be like Chicanos.
Like, we would need. I mean,
we need to speak Spanish at least.
I guess.
I mean, I could speak it, but it sounds like
a
train wreck.
Those are the people who would want Mexican representation, but like, I'm pretty sure people in Mexico, they're like, Iron Man.
Oh man, so many low blows on Peliculas with the bros today. After watching this movie, and doing a little bit of research about this movie, and seeing, and this is where we go back to the point I said, let's not forget this. I'm realizing that Marvel movies now more than ever, they're never going to be the director's movie. There are so many hands in the basket that you're watching a movie that is made by a team of people. Okay. Like, all movies are made by teams of people, but the vision of a team of people. And whether that's, what's your boy? Mike Krasinski, what's his name?
John Krasinski.
Whether it's him or our boy Scott Derrickson right here. What's his name, right? They will never be able to really grab the movie by its throat and say, this is my movie.
My turn. Yeah, but who cares? Who cares?
Yeah. I don't care. I mean, I care, but I don't care.
I think it was a lot more important during the Infinity War, where they had to get all these characters to that point. But I think with Multiverse and like what they're trying to do, I think now they can really spread out, even though I said this like a year ago. But it's going to take a while for them to actually spread out, because they, like, there's the bottleneck of Infinity War, and then they're like leaking out of it, but it's still kind of in the same area.
Yeah.
And then eventually it's going to sprout out to everything they want to do. So I'd imagine Doctor Strange 5 or whatever, that's going to be like literally whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now they're at the point where they don't even have to do like a huge storyline. Mm-hmm. I think they are with whatever Loki was doing. I think King the Conqueror, and then probably Galactus. It's probably Galactus or whatever. But I don't think that requires, like, the fact that they don't have Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, Chris Evans, Cap. That's pretty much it. That they don't have these core characters. Like, they instead have so many characters that they can use for the end movie. Like, it doesn't really matter that they don't use Iron Man.
Right.
Because, like, people are going to watch it no matter what. And, like, we already had our huge team-up movie. Like, right now, I think it's just the phase of doing whatever and having whatever story. And if they do have a thread, I think it's just, like, just make sure this person does not die, because we want to use them later. And I don't think any artist is going to be like, I really wanted to kill the Thing, but I'm out. This ruined everything. You know?
It could be.
But still.
Like, the fact that you can't have a bad ending means you are limited.
But for me, I would see, like, the limitation as, like, a fun challenge too.
Sure.
Like, I don't know.
But you're never making a movie. It still goes to, like, you'll never make a Marvel movie that's sad.
I don't care.
Or will they? Like, to your point, right now we're at a phase where maybe it's starting to go that way, and in a bit we're going to see, or in like 5 years, we're going to see more movies, TV shows that can be all kinds of different ways just because of the amount of content coming out.
But, like, would you really want, like, I'm thinking of Iron Man, like that one arc where he drinks and stuff, and they'll never do that. But like you could just not have an Iron Man movie and do whatever, make your own character. Do whatever. Like, oh, I can't do, I think like Devil in a Bottle. I'll just direct this movie. I could do whatever I want. Okay, now I'll do my own Devil in a Bottle with Stony Blark character, you know?
Right.
Like, are you so set to show everyone Tony Stark drinking? You know?
Mm-hmm. But there's something incredibly impactful to see a piece of the culture shown in a different light. Like
DC.
What?
DC.
Sure. But like, wouldn't it be kind of, this is a very skewed, not a skewed, this is very left, whatever. Wouldn't it be impactful to see Mickey Mouse kill like his arch enemy, like Donald Duck or whatever? Like that would mess you up if Disney made something like that, and mess you up in a good and bad way, and it could change. It's a weird thing to say, but it could change someone's life.
You're
like
take it. Don't say wrong.
Not in the sense of like I'm gonna kill myself or I'm gonna start killing people, but more so like
impactful,
like creatively change someone's lives.
I just think,
and just like to round out my point, to see a cultural piece of art shown in a different light is more impactful than seeing a character that you made that no one has any kind of affiliation to in a particular arc.
I just feel like it's too much weight on just Mickey Mouse as an example. Like in the end, he's just a cartoon character. I think if you write it really well, if you direct it really well, it doesn't matter if it's Mickey Mouse or Bippy Bouse or anything.
That's not true. Because you're not going to get as many eyeballs.
But does an artist care about eyeballs?
Yeah. Like you, well, not all, but part of the reason of creating art is to express yourself, but to show other people how to think. You know, like
yeah.
I want to show people a side of my story so they can see that side of the story. Right. And the more that people see it, the more people will understand me and be open to different kind of ideas.
But I feel like when I would create a piece of art, the people who I want to see it will find.
Yeah. That's true. But that's almost like shouting into what is it? It's like Facebook. It's like social media. You follow the things that you like, so you only see the things that you like.
Okay.
What do you want to be open to more? And that goes to like the general public too. Like, what do you want the general public to understand more about, like how life really is? Like that Trump is maybe good and bad. That Biden is good and bad, not just bad and good.
Yeah, but like let's say I'm making my movies, like they're all indie, whatever, and they're all like purely me, and then I get a Marvel contract, Black Panther 5. I'm like,
I'll take that.
They're like, but can't kill this guy, this, and this.
Uh-huh.
Like, well, that's a lot of restrictions.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I want to do this. I'll definitely lose a lot of my voice.
Yep.
But if I do this and I try really hard to put as much of my voice into it, then more people will know my name, and then I can go back to making stuff I like.
True.
So it's just like, you got to sacrifice.
Yeah.
If you want to get bigger. Like, you can't just, it's like putting in the work. You got to do it. It's ugly. Like Robert Eggers probably wants to kill himself after The Northman.
No, but yeah.
But like I don't think it's possible to always love everything you make. Like, there's always going to be something in the way.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure The Godfather whatever schmuck made that movie.
Francis Ford Coppola.
There's probably a part of it. He's like, I just cringe at that scene. It's just so bad. You guys don't see it, but I see it.
Yeah.
But it's all in the head of the creator. And then who cares? Just make your art. If nobody sees it, you probably suck either way.
We all suck.
Well, not me, but it's another story.
Yeah, I do like your take of like, at the end of the day, you have to sacrifice because your reasoning is because like you just have to.
Yeah.
But I see it as like you technically have to because it's not yours.
Yeah.
Like Mickey Mouse isn't yours, so if they're giving it to you, you have to
treat it with respect.
Yeah. Or treat it with their rules because it's theirs.
And it's like
the same way like you have a creative vision for what you want to say. They have a creative vision for what they want to say. Yours isn't better than theirs. Unless theirs is like
you're like
fascism.
borrowing their toys.
Yeah.
Don't break them.
Yeah.
And imagine how many artists just were like on the road, like, I'm never giving up my vision. And then they did nothing. They're poor. They died poor. Like, I get there's like a strength in not giving up that way. But there's also strength in giving up and saying, like, I got to put in the ugly work. And then I could go back to creating.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you're doing a Marvel movie, working with great actors, doing crazy stuff, CGI and unlimited money. Like, get out of your head. Like, you're on a roller coaster now. It's a whole different experience. Like, if you can't have fun with that, I don't know.
Yeah. It reminds me of a cartoonist, Ed Piskor. He's like a indie comic. But then he got hired to do like a X-Men run of like 4 comics. And he viewed it as like, I'm going to do this to exactly what you said, boost my name. And then after that, I can just do my thing again and have even more eyeballs on the thing I make. And like the thing he makes now is just like so, it's like XXX basically. Not Tentacion, but it's like hardcore, like gruesome. And it's so not the market of Marvel, but he has so much eyes now that it's like it just benefited him.
And like, who's gonna actually criticize him? Like, oh, you sold out. Like, yeah, but now I could do whatever I want.
Yeah,
I could be the artist I've always wanted to be just because I sold out for one run.
Mm-hmm.
And is it really selling out if you're doing an X-Men run? Like, everyone likes X-Men. Like, how can you say like you're selling out if you're doing such a iconic team or comic book? It's, I don't know. And maybe nobody even says sellout. It's all probably in people's heads. Like, oh, people are going to think I'm a sellout, so I can't do it.
People say it, but like it's less than 1%. But the less than 1% you always hear.
Yeah.
The loudest people. One quick note. You were saying earlier that if I was a monk, I'd be like ultimate monk. Like, I need to be the best. Read every book.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. I have here in my notes that that book scene when they're in the library.
Mm-hmm.
I love that because it's like you have all these books with spells, and you're like, I just need to read this, and I can be the best, a better version of a magician. You know?
Yeah.
But it's so contradictory to how I was as a kid, where it's like, if I read a book about math, I can be better at math, but I never wanted to read it. Or history or English, I'm like, nah, I'm good. But just like the difference of mind I have now.
I think I'll probably be a monk one day. Like, if I'm like 70 and I've like accomplished everything, like my kids are billionaires, like I'll be a monk. I have like a little flip phone, give it to like each of my kids. And then, like, if you need me, call me. Like Captain America.
Jesus.
But realistically, I'll just be, like, reading my books, meditating, doing nothing.
Getting fat.
A little bit.
Just, like, eat rice, broccoli, and chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine, like, super buff monk, reading books, going to Equinox every morning.
Equinox. It never ends. gonna say something. Oh, the book's little scenes in that. Dan Harmon wrote that scene,
What books? Oh,
like
okay.
the library scenes where he's like stealing books and like,
Uh-huh.
and you kind of see it because it's like the most comedic part of the film. Just a quick little side note.
That's weird.
All right, rewatchability.
Sure. I mean, as much as any other Marvel movie.
Yeah, but high, just because it's digestible, eatable.
Yeah.
Yummy. Doctor Strange? Yummy. Rating out of 5 Sorcerer's Stones. No, that's Harry Potter. Out of 5 Infinity Stones? Out of 5
Books.
books. 5 books, Ivan. How many books is this?
Give it 3.75.
Exactly what I gave it. Thank
I changed
you
it
very much.
3.
Nope.
No.
3.75. Yeah, 3.75. Very good. All right. We'll be right back. Ivan, it's time for a section we like to call.
Things and such.
Got our first real comment. I shouldn't say real. We've had a comment, Leonardo DiCaprio hater, or I should say lover, who hated our comments about him being low key, probably a crazy person.
Your comments.
You said it too.
I didn't agree as hard as you did.
Okay, we have a new comment.
Okay.
In our last podcast, we were talking about K.U. Kwan,
Okay.
or 2 podcasts ago.
Is that Wayman?
Wayman from Everything,
Yeah.
Everywhere, All at Once. And I said, you're not going to believe who he is, right? And then I said, he's from Indiana Jones. And then I said, he's from the Goonies. And then you said, well, that's less impressive. And someone put, they commented that part. They're like, they quoted us for saying he's from the Goonies, and then they quoted, well, that's less impressive. And they put Goonie bots incoming laughing emoji.
That's funny.
Yeah. That means they listened.
Wow.
And that's from our loyal listener, Mick D5791.
Okay.
Shout
When
out.
we make it, he's going to be the first guest.
Yeah. Mick D5791. Thank you. And I responded, I do not condone the words of my co-host. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. Things and such, Ivan. Any news out there?
Dave Chappelle. 2 comedians attacked.
It's an epidemic.
If it's 3, then it's a pattern, and we have to be worried. If the comedians are getting attacked, we're done.
If it's 3, it's a pattern. If it's 4, shame on me. Right?
Shut up. Just shut up right now.
I don't know. To me, it was just like, it happens.
Violence happens. I know what you mean, but like, it's
It could have been
stupid.
worse.
I want to know his motivation.
I think it was just fame. I heard it was like a wannabe rapper.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so boring.
Because when you see the attack, and it was just like a semi-tackle.
Yeah, the headline, it was so annoying. Like the headline, Dave Chappelle attacked, and then the little image was like ambulance in a huge crowd. It's like, oh my God, what happened?
Yeah.
I saw the video. He dodged the tackle.
Yeah.
And then the ambulance was for the guy who got who tackled.
Yeah, because he got stomped.
Yeah.
It's. I think it's less of a thing than really matters. But
I don't know. It's stupid. He shouldn't have got killed that hard, though.
no. If I was Chappelle, I would have said, like, he's getting stomped back there.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to sue and ask for money.
Like, Chappelle should have been like, hey, he's done.
He's dead, damn it.
Give me a turn.
Yeah.
There's like 10 guys on him, kicking them.
I know.
Whatever. Cruel world. Sucks for him. He's stupid, but whatever.
I am surprised that kind of thing doesn't happen more at comedic shows.
Tackling comedians?
Yeah, like, it's kind of easy to do something like that.
Watch it.
Even at a
Watch
concert,
it.
that I guess it happens. It's happened before or whatever. I don't know. What else?
Amber Heard, Johnny, what's your take? What's your take?
They're toxic. And I'm not talking Britney Spears. I don't know. That's so corny.
I couldn't think of anything else to say.
It was perfect though. I don't know. I want to hear I want like a non-biased like how it's going. Cuz I just see clips and I'm like he said this, she said this.
Have you seen her
No.
at all? She's acting hard.
In when she's standing up there?
Like you watch like 2 seconds, I don't know. Like if
You immediately tell that she's acting it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Not like good acting, like it's someone who like I've seen this type of acting on TikTok. Like there's a trend where people would read lines and they would like act it.
Yeah.
And it was obviously bad.
Yeah.
But to them they're like, I put my heart and soul into it. But it's just they don't know how to act. Like it's a skill and it's not something you could just be like act.
Yep.
And she just does it that way. Like you could hear a pin drop in the room. Like stuff like that. And she says it like that.
Okay, I want to watch that. Yeah, I'm sure the thing for me is like we shouldn't they're both toxic, A. B, she probably did more to cause it than he did. C, we shouldn't call her crazy, or we should call her crazy, but she is mentally crazy and she should get help. And D,
want to go whole alphabet?
E,
Z.
Finally Z. No, D, Johnny Depp should can't wait for his
Come back.
I don't know if I can't wait. I just more so maybe there is an E actually, but yeah, he should get better before trying to come back or whatever.
I think once it's over, if it's over and he wins, he's good.
Imagine an 80-year-old Johnny Depp performance. It's gonna be so good. He's gonna be what's his name, Marlon Brando, just giving us the Godfather like performances. I love the meme on Instagram where when they asked him, "You're significantly bigger than Amber Heard, correct?" And he's like,
I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that." Dun, dun, dun.
And she's like,
All right, let's move on, Ivan.
Okay.
What's on the telly? Anything you're watching?
winning time.
What do you think about the latest episode?
Remind me of it.
We have the relationship between Jerry Buss and his mom disintegrating because of her passing away and showing the love between them. We see Pat Riley and Paul Westhead get the head coaching job.
Nice.
And we see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
Vote out.
I forgot his name. His other.
Does that happen?
Yeah.
Cool. It was a good episode. I like the show.
I don't like this show.
Oh, you're wrong. First,
Okay.
you're wrong.
A, you're wrong.
B Z A Q. There's like, I feel like there's this trend popping up of meta, but like breaking meta, like
fourth wall,
but like fifth wall or something.
Okay.
Where they very much know they're in the movie, but not like Spaceballs, where it's like, I don't know. I don't even know how to put it into words, but like there's a difference between Spaceballs looking at the camera like, what do I do? And then Jerry Buss is like, get out of here. And he slaps the camera. You know?
Okay.
Like, I don't know what that is, but it's like a different form of meta. And like Everything Everywhere All at Once is in that category. And this show is in that too.
Uh-huh.
There's another show or movie, I forgot what it was. But I feel like that's going to be a new trend of just like movies or shows that just completely know what they're doing and having fun with it in a way.
Yeah, I think it's maybe a reflection of how much knowledge there is in our society about how everything is made.
Yeah.
Like with the internet, we now know how to do every kind of job. We know of all the conspiracy theories because of all the information, and think maybe it's related in that kind of sense. Like,
True. Like it's like people know what. Like, oh, that's a blank shot. Like I could tell what that shot
Yeah.
is. And
oh, they're using a Steadicam.
yeah.
Like, that's no fun to know that.
Yeah, I always hated that type of critical analysis, I guess
Yeah.
is the word. Of
Yeah.
just saying like, I guess it's saying like, ooh, that's a simile. They use like or as.
Right. Triple entendre.
Triple entendre. Whatever. Meta. I think it's a trend. It's gonna get worse or better. Worse as in like more.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to see that. More innovative. More people doing it and see where it goes. I watched a movie in the theaters. I was looking at the movies to talk about this week, and then that's why I decided on Doctor Strange, because there wasn't too many outstanding movies. And my wife wanted to watch a movie, and I was like, okay, you pick. And she picked a movie called Memory.
Okay.
Liam Neeson doing another Liam Neeson performance.
Action.
Yeah, it's like adjacent to Taken. You know, there's like 10 movies like that he's been in. It was bad. It was obviously like formulaic, just all of those things. But Jesus, people watch these movies, man. Like, they just watch it. And they have Liam Neeson and probably one or two other people you've seen in movies before, but everyone else is just like, we found them on the streets to act. And people are watching it.
I think like the population of people who would watch a movie just because they recognize the actor or actress is a lot bigger than anybody realizes.
Yeah.
Where like a Liam Neeson movie that will make money, not a ton, but it'll make money.
It'll give us like 2x.
Profit return
Next.
completed. You know?
That's so sad. Yeah. Yeah, because you would think that like no one in your circle probably went to watch it, but Karen in Nebraska probably watched it, and all the Karens in Middle America watched it.
I would say like those 50-year-old people who just love action movies.
Definitely the age range in that, I would say like the median age range was 50 in the theater when I watched it.
Well, it's like how like people can just watch the same soap opera like over and over and set in different ways, but it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a different version of a soap opera.
There's this guy. It was so funny. It made me laugh more than anything. It was the most entertaining thing about the theater experience for Memory. There's this couple of scenes where this guy in the theater was just like making noises every time. So one of the characters, like, you realize he was cheating, and he goes,
Yeah.
And I was like, I just started laughing, and then there's another scene like, damn, ooh. I was like, play-by-play commentary on like the.
He's feeling the movie.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Just you hear, I'm like, wow, really? Do you really need to do that?
I like it. I
And
enjoyed
it-
it.
I would do that only if it was that emotional of a movie, but it was just like so basic, like, you're cheating on me, huh? And he's like, So dumb. Time for a section we call Really Be Bussin'.
Poocher.
Ivan.
Took you a bit.
Future came out with this new album. I Don't Like You.
Excuse me?
What's it called?
I never liked you.
I Never Liked You.
Get it right. I never liked you.
What's your thoughts on Future's new album, I Never Liked You?
It's good, but it's nothing new.
Correct.
And it doesn't even have like hits. It doesn't have like a single. It doesn't have half of what a Mask Off has.
I know.
Like I like the Drake one, but
Not even for me.
really,
Yeah, my favorite songs were like some of the intro songs.
I liked the first song. I was like, oh, this is a good song to start. To start Future.
To start, okay, let's pick it up.
Yeah.
I liked the intro. I liked Massaging Me.
Oh yeah.
And I liked the Kodak Black song just because it was like different.
I don't like him singing.
I know, but it was
Okay.
interesting.
Whatever. Move on.
And then there's like another song. There's a couple other songs, but most of it was just like, damn, we're at a phase where Future is now
A gunna.
not a gunna. Don't say that. He's more like at the same phase that rappers at this age get to. You know, like there's a point when people were excited for DMX and they weren't.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg and then they weren't.
Like this is the album that's like, all right, we're done with Future
Yeah.
as a collective.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we shouldn't look at this guy to innovate anymore.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad, you know?
I mean, he could have done it. He could have kept going.
And you would think that, to your point of he could have done it, you would think that this album was going to be something different, given the length of time between albums. Sort of like the promo he put behind it and like the pitch of like toxic. I even he released a song on Valentine's Day, which I liked better than any of these songs.
I don't remember it.
It's just interesting to see that the complacency, I would say.
Yeah. They're not using like their art to grow. I don't even mean like artistically, just like spiritually. Like, because I feel like half of art is who you are, like, and then getting it out, and then you're like, oh, discovering things about myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other half is making something beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly beautiful, but like a work of art.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like just these rappers, or I'll just use Future. He's not like working on himself at all. He
might. It just doesn't come through his music.
If it would come through anywhere, it would be his music.
I know. He must be. I can't believe that someone as successful as he is not getting better as a human. You know?
But like,
or like change.
I just think fame is such a like the most toxic thing ever.
Yeah, I know.
Like he probably has no yes man. He's like, should I go to therapy? And then his 30 gang members, I feel like that's racist. His 30, what's the word? Like posse?
Yeah.
There's another.
Homies.
No.
Compadres.
Whatever.
Migos.
They're like, nah, you're good. You don't need therapy.
But he goes through therapy. He's talked about that.
But is he getting better?
I don't know.
And I think maybe even if he is, he's too scared to do. Maybe he's too scared to put that on a record because he's made his bank from being this toxic guy. Or maybe that's it. Like he's healed, but he's too scared to do it. So he's just like faking a toxic persona.
I think that's part of it too, because like we all know that there's fake rappers. There's also fake rappers who pretend that they're hard, but a lot of these rappers are playing a persona, you know?
Yeah.
And that can be sort of a mind trick where it's like, who am I? Am I this or am I really Contavious? Whatever his Future's real name. I think Future's real name is like something crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he is playing a persona, and he's not really this toxic guy.
That's the next stage, I think. Less personas, just... And that's kind of why Kanye was so long-lasting, because he always was honest, even if it was uglier. It made him look like an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's not doing so well because he's kind of hitting that wall of super fame, and all yes men, and he doesn't have anyone, and he doesn't really trust himself probably.
Let's get off Kanye's topic, because we always talk about Kanye, and let's talk about someone who's probably changing themselves for the better more
Jack
than anyone.
Harlow.
Double disc Kenny?
I don't know. I don't know if it's double disc.
Kendrick Lamar posted a photo
Yeah.
where he was holding 2 discs. Mr. Morale, high steppers. This obviously led to speculation. Are we getting double disc Kenny? Or are we just not getting...
You're going to explode.
What do you think? Double disc Kenny or nah?
I don't want to hope. Like, I thought Damn was a double disc.
Oh, really?
Damn. I didn't even plan this. I didn't plan this, guys.
Why did you think that? Because
there's like a lot of rumor, speculation that and how he marketed it. Like, it was tiny little hints. And I would like, in retrospect, I was an idiot.
yeah.
But I really did think there's another half of Damn that was going to release like the week after. So now I'm like, I'll just take whatever he gets. Because that loss hurt. Because I was really, really, really expecting it.
Oof. Yeah, and that sort of messes with your like
Perception of Damn.
yeah. As you're taking it in, right?
Yeah.
One thing to note, like, when's the last great double disc album? It's been a
Scorpion.
great.
I wouldn't even say it's great or good.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Speaker box. Doom, doom. That's the last great one.
Yeah.
It's so hard to make a great double disc.
It's kind of weird because you would think more people would, I mean, they kind of do.
Classic. I was gonna go crazy, but I didn't want to. Too tired.
They kind of do double disc albums, but it's
I think
deluxe.
they kind of do double disc albums. I don't think you have to do.
They kind of do double disc albums.
They kind of do double disc albums. You don't have to do.
It's both.
Okay.
With the deluxe, it's like 30 songs. With the deluxe, I'm sure they could just do. But we haven't had the true
deluxe.
Mm-hmm.
Deluxe are the worst thing to ever happen.
Yeah.
They're so disgusting. Dilution to the extent. They're horrible.
Yeah. Rap's dying. And Kendrick is the coroner. Ooh. Damn. Ooh.
Kendrick, save us.
Nah.
Save us from our own wrath.
He's like, nah, it's dead.
What if Jack Harlow's like, but I'm here.
Rising out. I'm reborn.
Jack Harlow, what do you expect? Trash?
Probably be like a 7. I don't know. Like, he's still too young to make something super great. I don't know how much of it is a character. And like, he seems like honest, like an honest guy. Like I don't
feel like he just doesn't have anything interesting to say.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like everyone has something interesting to say.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
He's the exception.
Yeah, he's the last guy to
like,
not be interesting. No, I'm kidding, Jack.
He's like, God.
We're kidding, Jackie, right?
Jackie boy.
Jackie boy, sit on my lap. I just gave away my signal. No, I just don't think he has I think it's sort of like that creative vision to do something.
If I'm predicting him well, I feel like he's just going to go, like he's starting in sellout mode and then he's going to go into artistry because he seems smart. And I was going to say, like, I don't get Drake vibes from him where like there's like a tinge of fakeness to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever I see interviews, it feels honest, even if it's like charactery.
Mm.
Like it's an honest character of himself.
I see that.
Where Drake is like, this isn't you. This isn't you one bit.
Wow, I don't get that from Drake.
You don't know him like me.
Oh, that would be the reason, I guess.
But Drake, I don't know. I feel like he's kind of lost. He has like 30 characters, like Patois Drake, what's Roadman Drake, American Drake, Canadian Drake. Like
I wonder what the braids are gonna do to his flow.
Get out of here. It's like such a signal for like next phase. It's like overdone now. Like Weeknd kind of overused it. I don't think he even overused it, but
The hair for the face.
yeah. Now it's just too obvious. Like new haircut, new phase. Like everyone knows that trick now.
But what if I want to see like
You have hope. Yeah. That's your weakness.
you sound like a villain.
I'm sure that's a villain line.
That's
I
like
probably stole it.
that's the ultimate villain line. Like don't have hope. That's why you are weak. And then Superman's like, I have hope because I believe in humanity. Great comedic timing. Let's switch subjects to a thing I like to call
sports time.
video duel. Video duel. That's my audio effects for this cheap ass podcast.
Oh my god.
In one corner we have Future and Drake with
I haven't watched their videos.
Oh damn. You haven't?
I don't watch music videos anymore.
Me neither, but I did it for the podcast. Future and Drake just released a video called Wait For You for their song Wait For You.
A$AP Rocky?
And on this corner we have A$AP Rocky with
racing?
DMB. You haven't watched either of these?
I actually skipped through the Rocky one just because it's Rocky. Like, he really does not do much.
Ivan.
What?
So, this just a quick song review. It's an good song. I think A$AP Rocky should be looked at more for his innovative that thing that Travis Scott does, the segues to songs. What is it?
Oh, transition?
Yeah, like he has good transitions
Uh-huh.
and innovative ones, and he does this like a couple times in the song, and I like it. Lyric wise and subject wise, it's passable for me, but it is what it is. And another thing with Rocky, going to the video mode, his videos are always pretty cool. A lot of editing, like the things that whoever his editor is, they always do innovative like cuts and effects, and I love that. It's very
This
cool.
could have been in Things and Such, or
Could have been.
What really be bussin'?
It is really be bussin' because it's a song.
It is really be bussin'.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. And then obviously we have Future and Drake releasing their music video. Have you heard about it? It's in a medieval setting.
Ooh, interested.
And I think it goes with like, I think Future realized that he needs to do something,
Wacky.
yeah, to make a good music video.
Gimmicks.
The thing that Drake's sort of been doing for like since the beginning of his very first music video was, well, I don't know if it's the first one, but what's that song off of Best I Ever Had? That song?
Oh, the store?
Yeah. What store?
Are you talking about the store? When he's like a clerk in a store?
I don't know. I forgot about that part.
Okay, whatever.
He's always been doing this anyways. And this one, we have Future and Drake in a medieval setting. It's okay. It wasn't that good. The video. Part of the thing that makes those kind of music videos good is Drake's ability to act. And you sort of see it in this where Future just like has a blank stare into a camera and you have like, he has no emotion and it's just not good.
Imagine if, like, off topic, but not really, like an actor, like a real actor turned into, like, I guess this is Harry Styles, but like a real actor who turns into like a pop star.
It's the opposite, right? For Harry?
Huh?
He was pop star and now he's turned into an actor?
Yeah, but he can act pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying, like, imagine Leo, teen heartthrob, turned right after Titanic, turned pop star.
Didn't Jared Leto try to do this?
But he is a horrible person.
Is he?
Yeah.
How do you know?
You could tell.
Oh, it's one of those. Shout out to Jared Leto.
He's a weirdo.
No, to me, I truly, truly hope that Drake makes a good transition to an acting career. I think that's it. Right
Did
there.
you see DC wanted to do a Cyborg movie with Drake? That's how bad it was. And there's like a mock-up image. Like it was like a CG face.
That's like when they wanted to do like Michael Jackson Riddler type of thing.
Yeah.
Like who's popular and who can semi-act.
It's so bad. Like they only do that because they know Cyborg is boring, super boring, because he is boring. Like he's always part of a team. He doesn't need a movie. And then Drake, like, ooh, instant money, big face.
Big face.
Come on, I'm trying to be mean.
Yeah, I don't know. He would have been okay, but it's just why do we need that?
It's so corny.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, Warner Brothers got bought or like merged or something
Yeah, that happened a while ago with like the time.
with like National Geographic or something.
Yeah.
And they canceled a bunch of bad DC shows.
Really? Oh,
It's great.
like the legends of
Yeah.
stupid stuff. Less content, guys. How about less?
Imagine like just do everything Marvel isn't. Less content, more dark stories, precise, not overarching plot.
Like, do we need all the money?
Didn't I say this on the first episode ever? And you're like, shut up, Ivan, you're stupid.
No.
No?
You're recalling incorrectly.
All right. Guess I won't talk to you anymore.
That's fine. My life wouldn't change much. What's yours? I
Cut the camera.
think that's it, Ivan.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. What are you expecting? Did you read reviews? You punk. You punk.
Not on purpose.
Okay. You didn't read a page full
Why
of
don't I just not? I won't tell you anything. Why would I burden you with my knowledge? Don't analyze anything I'm saying.
Like, you're saying that because you're thinking that I'm thinking.
Yes.
Okay. I am expecting...
I think it'll be good. Like, it's Raimi. If anything, we're going to get something interesting to watch.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
I know Doctor Strange is like a key movie in the future of Marvel Universe, so I don't expect something too different, I should say.
I expect crazy.
You do expect crazy?
Did you see the trailer?
No.
Okay, I won't say anything.
The new one?
Or any of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah, X-Men.
yeah. Look, if they put something like that in a trailer, there's got to be something big.
Well, no. That's true, but it's not going to be crazy.
Why not?
Like creatively.
Why not? Why not?
I just don't
Why
see
not? Why not?
it. Okay, you're getting me excited.
Why not?
The more you say.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
All right. We're gonna come back next week with Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Should be interesting. Maybe rewatch the last episode of WandaVision to pique your.
I gotta finish the last episode of Loki. But I know what happens. I know what happens.
Jesus Christ.
It's because I saw 5 and then like TikTok just showed me the whole end of 6. I was like, okay, I don't really feel like watching this.
Moon Knight is like entertaining,
I heard it's good.
and it's just like it's kind of just the same thing where it's like it does its job and it's entertaining.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week with another episode of Peliculas with the Bros. Peace out.